Did you know that the blueprint of who we are, yes, your DNA, can be found inside almost every cell of your body? Yet there's so much about it that remains surprising and mind-blowing. Today, we're counting down the top 10 little-known facts about DNA. Let's jump right in. Number 10. Your body's master blueprint. Have you ever stopped to think just how incredible it is that, inside virtually every one of your cells, there's a complete set of instructions on how to build and maintain you? Every eye color, hair type, and hidden trait is intricately coded right there. This microscopic recipe guides who you are, from your head down to your toes. And guess what? If you stretched out your DNA from a single cell, it would measure about 6 feet in length. Yes, you heard that right. Imagine an entire blueprint about your body folded up so precisely, it fits into something far smaller than a speck of dust. Mind-blowing, right? Well, that's just the start. Number 9. We're part banana. Time for a wild twist. Humans share around 60% of their genes with bananas. It's so quirky that our genetic blueprint overlaps with that yellow fruit sitting in your kitchen. Now don't be fooled into thinking we're about to sprout banana peels. These similarities exist because all life shares a common starting point on the evolutionary tree. In fact, plenty of other unexpected genetic overlaps exist across species too. Ultimately, it highlights that life itself is unbelievably connected, which is strangely heartwarming when you think about it. Number 8. Tiny but everywhere. Because DNA is coiled up so tightly, it's basically in every cell, except for some blood cells that lose their nucleus. That means billions of copies of your genetic code are scattered throughout your body. This dense packaging is the reason scientists can extract a wealth of genetic info from the smallest amounts of tissue, like a strand of hair. It's also why you'll sometimes hear about ancient remnants, like mammoth hair or insect fossils in amber, containing traceable DNA for further research. DNA is the star detective in forensics, but it's also a star performer in preserving history. Number 7. More than just genes. Here's a curveball. Only about 1 to 2% of your DNA actually codes for proteins. The rest was nicknamed junk DNA for a while, but now we know that a lot of this so-called junk regulates and influences how genes are expressed. Think of your DNA like a massive city. The genes are the big buildings in direct spotlight, but the roads, traffic lights, and hidden alleyways, once shrugged off as unimportant, are actually vital to keeping that city running smoothly. This means your DNA is like an elaborate puzzle, filled with hidden corners yet to be fully understood. Number 6. Longer than you think. Go ahead and imagine yourself unraveling the DNA in all your cells. Ready for this? If you lined it all up end to end, you could stretch it from the sun and back multiple times. That's because each cell's 6 feet of DNA times the trillions of cells you have is a staggering amount. Yet it's all pressed into packages so small, it's like stuffing a massive library into a suitcase. This mind-boggling idea also showcases how unbelievably sophisticated nature is at organization. If you're intrigued by how much DNA can stretch and you're enjoying these surprising facts, go ahead and tap that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Number 5. DNA can store data. Scientists have discovered that DNA could serve as an incredible storage medium for digital data. Yes, we're talking about storing computer files in synthetic DNA. Why? Because DNA is outrageously efficient. Imagine a single test tube filled with synthetic DNA holding centuries worth of archives. And because it's so tiny and robust, we can keep it safe for thousands of years if preserved well. Talk about next-level cloud storage. Number 4. Identical, but not quite. Identical twins share nearly 100% of their DNA. But interestingly, as they go through life, subtle changes called mutations and epigenetic factors can mean they aren't 100% the same. Environmental influences can tweak how some genes turn on or off. So, if you think identical twins are carbon copies, think again. There are hidden differences bubbling below the surface, shaped by what they eat, where they live, or even how stressed they feel over the years. Number 3. Environment influences DNA. Ever wonder why some traits surface under certain conditions? That's because your DNA's activity can be influenced by your surroundings. This field, known as epigenetics, is about how environmental factors like diet, stress, or pollution might flip certain switches in your genome. So, you're not strictly a prisoner of your genetic destiny. Your lifestyle can leave a mark on your code and maybe even pass on some changes to future generations. It's like your life story is being jotted down in the margins of your blueprint. Number 2, the real-life edit button. Cutting-edge tools like CRISPR let scientists cut and paste bits of DNA to fix genetic defects or tweak certain traits. It's still a new frontier, and while the promise is huge, potential cures for genetic conditions for one, it also raises big ethical questions. Are we crossing lines in editing future generations? One thing's for sure. These developments push the boundaries of what's possible and showcase the unstoppable curiosity behind scientific exploration. Number 1, the future of DNA. Finally, brace yourself for one of the wildest possibilities. Entire libraries or entire sets of knowledge might one day be stored in DNA, leading to breakthroughs we can't even imagine yet. The synergy of DNA technology and computing opens doors for more advanced medicine, personal gene-tailored therapies, and who knows, maybe even regenerating entire organs. It's as if the code of life itself could soon be harnessed to shape our world in previously unthinkable ways. And there you have it. DNA is far more than just some scientific term you learned in biology class. From stretching beyond your wildest imagination to shaping how you look, behave, and even adapt, it truly is the living record of who we are. And the best part? We're still just scratching the surface. Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of DNA. If you enjoyed this journey, remember to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and share this video with someone who loves discovering new facts. Your support keeps this channel alive and helps us bring you more mind-blowing content. See you in the next video.